Allison Pryor. I'm going to show you today 3 easy steps to painting trees. I have a series of 3 easy steps to doing all kinds of things. So just great for beginners. It'll help you get started. And I have some trees here, so I'm just showing you, you have some fir trees and spruce trees and different types of trees. And to make your paintings easier, got a palm tree. And when you look at these trees, you might say, well, it looks so complicated. A few fir trees in the background there, and a few bushes in the background here. So I'm going to show you how to do some of these today in 3 easy steps. So let's get started. So all you need today is just always get your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. They can be ultramarine blue. They can be cad yellow and cad red. It could be sap green, burnt umber, black and white. Now you don't have to have, if you don't have sap green, you can always use other types of greens or yellows or blues or reds, whatever you have on hand, because not everybody has those colors. And we don't want you to go away and say, oh, I can't do that painting. But you are going to do that painting. So here's 3 easy steps. The first step is, to get your flat brush and put one side into brown and the other side into green. We'll try something different. So brown on one side, green on the other. Now you can use any colors you want for your tree trunk, okay? So let's go with touching the canvas and pulling up. And if you run out of paint, that's okay. You just go get some more. Just make sure you got lots of paint on there with the brown side down. Pull up, 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 up. Oops. Okay. If you get a few little crooked edges, that's great because the tree is not totally straight. But look at the nice straight edges that you get on it with your flat brush. See that? You can't get that with some brushes. You won't get that nice straight edge like that. See? So we're doing our first step now, and what we'll do next is we'll get a liner brush. So staying on your first step, you get your liner brush. And liner brush can be as long as you want it. The longer the better, actually. And you can put some brown paint on it and green. Same thing. And you're just going to take some branches out of the tree. Touch the tree on the edge and pull out a nice branch. There we go. Wiggle your arm around. See that? Just wiggle your arm. And we'll do another one wherever you want your branches. Touch and pull out. And like I said, this is your first step, okay? So you always think your first step, and that way it'll be easier to figure out where you're going. Good. So your first step is getting your trunk and branches of your tree on there. And let's say you might want another one, I don't know, maybe over here. Good. And maybe, I don't know, maybe one coming out of here. So wherever you want your branches, that's where you'll put them. And then, to get a smaller, even smaller branches, we'll get a bigger, longer liner brush. So now just get your liner brush, and the same deal, just pull it in through your brown and a bit of green. I'm just using these 2 colors. Just to show you can use any colors you want. Now off those big branches you can just pull out your little branches. Okay? Take a line and pull a line off that line. Good. Just take a line off that line. Good. And make them as skinny as you can by not pushing too hard. Pressure is what gives you the thin lines. And add a bit of water to your brush if the paint won't move. So, you can have as many as you want. See? You can have, every time you look at a line, you pick a line, you might want a smaller one off of that one. You might want a smaller ones off of this one. The smaller you want them, the more you lift up on your brush. There we go, see? Pull off that line, pull off that line, pull off that line. And it's okay for it. I'm going to get a little closer to see if you can see. And so you work on that and get as many lines as you want. And then you can have a nice tree with lots of little, nice little branches, and bring your lines off the line. See, that makes it so much easier. You don't even have to think about it. It's like you look at paintings, you go, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to put my lines. I don't know how to get the branches on properly. Well, just take step by step. Just take 1 or 2 steps at a time. It's like baby steps. And take your time and get your branches. We're doing a tree right now, so get your branches on first. I might pull this one up a little longer because we want to get, might even thicken it up a little bit here and pull out some more. So look for your lines and pull out as many as you want. Yeah. And this is your first step. Like I said, just think 1 step at a time. And that will get you more pleasure out of your paintings because you know what you're doing. You know you have different steps. And the steps are, even though people don't mention in some of the videos, but everything is done by steps, really. Even if you're doing a portrait, you put on your first color first, you do your drawing, you know, you do all that. So I might do a video on that for you too. I don't, maybe more than 3 steps, but we'll see. So now we have some nice branches there. You can even, if you want really, really tiny branches, you can use a pen. And you can start taking off branches. Little tiny ones, look, and then quicker too. And then you can use it as mixed media. So you can use the pen and ink, and put in smaller branches between the ones that you already did. Look at all those really nice branches coming out. It looks pretty good. It actually fits in with the painting. See? There we go. So just keep putting them in. You can put in as many as you want. Many as you want. I would only do the tiny ones. I wouldn't do that there. I just wanted to see what it would look like. But I wouldn't do that there. But all those little tiny ones. See? See, we get a little bit closer for you. And then, if we don't get too blurry, then we can see them. So a pen will get you some really nice, just go off the line off a line, off a line, off a line. That's it. Make it as simple as we can. Good. So that's your first step. There we go. Now let's move on to our second step. Now our second step is getting on. Now you can leave a tree like that and still do a second step, but for now we'll put on our second step, which is you get a bristle brush, about 1/4 of an inch or as big as you want, depending on the size of your canvas. I'm only using 11 by 14 paper. Actually, that's a watercolor paper. So what you can do is take your brush and dip into, for your first step, get your color on there, your nice leaves and things like that. And I'm going to go with 2 colors on my brush. I always like to add a little bit of extra color on my brush. So I'm going to, let's see, there's so many things you can do. Let's go with a bit of blue and a bit of green, so we get a really nice dark, but don't mix them totally together, just a bit of blue and green, see? And it's hard to see because they're close in color. And then take the top of your brush and pick, see all those nice branches that you made? Well, use them as a guide, okay? So on each branch, tap on a few leaves. There we go. See that? And so just tap them on where you want them and let them open up a little bit. See? Just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. So just pick out those the ends of the little branches that you made, okay? Just the ends of the branches. Good. So we'll just do that first. Don't worry about it being all over the place right now. We're just trying to get an idea where we want. See, that's pretty. And a little bit, I see a couple in here. I see one right here. I see one here and here. So find those tops of those little branches that you made. There we go, good. Another one here. I see another way out here. Now we don't want the tree to be too round like a lollipop, so it's good to have the branches off somewhere else. And this one here, you can even make that hanging down too, see? Now isn't that nice? So now you can take your paint and you can fill in whatever spots you want, but you don't want it to be, but you want it to not be too full. You still want to be able to see the sky. So what you're going to do is just fill in the center a little bit. So you already got your edges done. So now all you have to do is fill in the edges a little bit. There we go. So we're doing sort of an open tree to the sky. See, that's so simple. Good. So that's your second step, okay? Get the shape of your tree that you want. Maybe you can look at some free photos or look at some trees, take some pictures of trees and get the way the branches are. I'm not looking at any trees right now. I'm just sort of making this up so I can help you along. Okay. Probably would be better if I had a picture to look at. But, you know, as long as you follow your branches, then your tree is going to come out a nice shape. Now that's step 2. Let's move on now to step 3. Now for step 3, just get your same brush or a smaller brush as a bristle. See how the bristles are opened on the edges there? You just touch them off your hand and they'll spread open. That'll help you get nice. Everything will spread open for you. Now, what we're going to do for step 3 is we're going to do our highlights. Now, I'm going to dip in some green that we have there. I'm not going to get complicated and tell you all the different greens. You can use whatever greens you want, but to highlight, you're going to add some yellow. Don't mix it totally together. Just throw in your yellow, and you get 2 separate colors. Now, you already have your darks. You got your dark and your medium dark, right? So you have 2 shades of, or 2 values of your green. And now you have 2 values of your lighter green. And just pick spots. Let's decide where the light is coming in. So say the light is coming in from the left. So all the light will be on this side of your tree, okay? So just start tapping on top of one that you already did. Get a bit more yellow if you need it. And one of you already did, just one at a time. No need to get confused. So just start putting on highlights on top of what you already did. You don't want to cover up what you already did. You just want to highlight. And I'm only pressing gently, okay? Just gentle. Very, very gentle. I'm just getting a bit more yellow paint. And I'm going over some of the trees that, there we go, just going over some, right, there we go. See how nice that makes it, it fills it up, makes it nice and thick. Get some more highlight, some down here. Just go on top of what you did. You don't even need to go into, don't go right totally over it, just go on the top of what you just did, so that way you get to keep your shadow colors. So we'll continue on and we will keep doing our highlights until you're happy with them. So this is your third step. So your first step was to draw out your tree, get all your branches done. That was your first step. Your second step then was to get the shape of your tree with your values of dark and medium, and if you put 2 or 3 colors on your brush and just tapped, you will get your 3 actually values of your tree. And now we're doing the third step, and we're doing our highlights. So we're highlighting what we just did. This is your third step. See how easy it makes it when you go in steps? When you go in little baby steps. So when you go in little baby steps. Now, if you're an experienced artist, you still might be able to pick up some ideas to speed up your paintings. If you, hopefully, you know, I can help everybody. And as much experience as I have, I'm still learning. And I go to other actually I look at a lot of beginners' videos because sometimes I miss something, or I might be able to pick up something, you know. So go to all the different videos that you can find on the internet or on YouTube and see what's out there and what you can learn from each and every one of them. I've learned a lot from YouTube videos and books. Self-taught, they call me. Self-taught. But see how pretty that's coming out? Now, without picking up any more paint, whatever's left over on your brush, because we don't want this side too light, because that's where the shadow is. I'm just going, whatever's left over my brush, I'm going to tap on the rest of the paint over here, but see, nice and dark. You know, it's not as bright as the left side. So the right side is going to be a little more dull, but you still need. See how pretty that is? And because we're still doing our highlights, you can take the same brush if you want, and you can take a bit of yellow, a bit of white, whatever colors you want, and make a little highlight. So it's on the left, I'm sorry, is it? Sun came in from the left, so the left side is brighter. And just put a little highlight. Just take your brush, wipe it off. Don't have too much paint on it, kind of get too messy. And just put in some highlights on that side of your tree. See? There we go. Just scrape it up and down. Now there's many different ways of doing these techniques I'm showing you, but I'm just going to give you, for those of you who need a little bit of extra information, get you started. I love seeing the fact that, you know, my videos are helping you guys get started at least, and then you can move on from there. So, you know, you got to start somewhere, right? And you get more encouraged when you feel that you can do it easy. So continuing on with our third step, we did our highlights here, and now the highlights go on the trunk. So this is part of your third step. So just get a bit of yellow, a bit of brown, and just throw on with the same brush. Just go sideways here and just pull on very gently some of your highlight on the tree. Simple. Because the highlight is on the left, it will be on the left of the tree. Alright, and you just use the same brush, just scrub it on a little bit. Try to let some of the brown underneath come through. And you will get, now you can use different brushes to do this and get even better results. And let's see if you can see that good. Just throw in a few little bits of grass down here just to show you there's a tree. There we go. And so that's your 3 easy steps. 3 steps to painting a tree. We'll do some more trees. But this is this one here. Could be an apple tree. Really pretty. So you guys go ahead and do your 3 steps to painting a tree with acrylic paint for beginners. Step by step. That's what I do. So I will let you go practice that, and I'll see you in the next video.